everyone, and welcome to today's Blood League 2 Division F matchup between the European that's the Dragoons, and Bortles, all the way down, a division of NAF. Both teams currently tied for first, so this match may very well determine a division leader, depending on what CDU does. Nipping at the heels of both these teams. Both already went through. So will the Dragoons keep the Bortles all the way down in this matchup, or will the Bortles climb out of whatever recesses they come from to snag a win? We'll find out soon. I'm Ivor. We're about to get this party started. I'm going to start the timer on all these folks. Let's see. There it is. Put that timer there. All right. We are off and going. Our first map is Viridian Bog. I'm going to scoot us over to the map room real quick while these teams get going. Viridian Bog, a pretty standard map as we're going. Hang on. I think I hear myself. I do. Excellent. Audio is working. Fantastic. All right. So, Viridian Bog, talking about this. This has, some interesting spots over here by Kappa. Spot is a particularly strong point for the traders. This drop is actually our lighter drop. Actually, we can talk about that. It is 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, and 1 assault. Expect for team 2, that's the Bortles side, to pick up some mechs around this Kappa, some heavies, assaults, maybe decent coverage of Theta and Epsi. Both teams have an option of which point to take here. On Epsi or Theta, so we'll see which ones they decide to go for. Or do we just see a big old fight around Echo 5, which you can kind of control Epsi, a little bit of Theta. So we got some options here. We'll see how these teams take it here. Looks like our Dragoons are about ready. There we go. They are locked. Team 2 starting their timer now. All right, and we're going to go ahead on back to the lobby, having talked a bit about Viridian, sorry. Ultimately, a very, very interesting map. Lots of cover over there on the Theta side. Expect some light fights there. Should be a good time with both of these teams. I really look forward to seeing it. Also, I guess it needs to be said, it's a potentially learnable map. I don't expect it, but it's possible. There's sniping sides from both sides, so maybe some blue lasers, some Gauss. Or, hey, maybe a straight up brawl. I'm not sure how these teams are going to go. But yeah, Euro Dragoons, Bortles all the way down, which I'm starting to really like their team names here. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see here. All right, yeah, checking in the chat. Looks like our stream is functioning. Our lances are set. I guess we could talk about lances a little bit. Let me... how's our timer doing? They got about 4 minutes left. Plenty of time. So looking at team 1, again, these drop zones pretty close together. I'm seeing most in Bravo and Charlie. That indicates to me that they are, and 1 in Alpha. So Alpha is probably going to go ahead and take Epsi. Maybe, I think we're going to have an Epsi wait here, with some mechs going to Theta for Team 1. Team 2, looking at Charlie, 1 person in Alpha, that's going to be their Theta capper. Rest in Bravo Charlie. Again, we're looking at an Epsi fight here, probably. So this should be pretty interesting. Looking at the way that these guys are set up, I'm probably going to have a fight around Theta, big fight over Epsi, and maybe that E5 hill. See, we are at 3 minutes now. The Bortles taking their time here. Right. Yeah, both these teams came in with some absolutely fantastic sportsmanship. Everyone's saying hi. I love this camaraderie that some of these teams show. during these matches. It is, I don't know, I love this part of the community Just saying. And these lower divs, they've got the heart and soul of what this is. It's fantastic to see these guys play, and they're about to go up against them. The heck was that? That was weird. I don't know, just heard some sort of a chime. Or maybe that was a really loud horn. I'm not sure. So hopefully you didn't hear that. We shall see. All right, let's see. We are officially live on there. How we doing? I will prep the 1 minute here. Team 2 is locked. All right, here we go. We go off. Here we go. First match. Oh, that was totally outside my window. I just heard it again. All right. We are, yeah, first match here. Let's see who can get the early lead. We shall find out. Prepping all my windows here. Oh yeah, we also have to switch over to the mask. Let's not have a lobby cast. All right, looking at, this is team 1 side. So Paul Myers running in a gargoyle. There's our assault. Para Crusaders with snubs. Ooh, this is looking like a brawl. And we've got our Lanner here. Javelin, probably machine guns, I would imagine. Yeah, and Incubus. Yep, with the 5 and a Shadowcat. Fantastic, interesting mix of mechs over here. Let's scoot on over to the other side and get rid of this little top bay here. We don't need that. All right, we're waiting on somebody's toaster here. So we've got another 6T, excellent choice. Remember, duplicate mechs are allowed here with ER peeps. We've gone with the ER peep version, mist links. Again, machine guns on that. Oh, sorry, and what else? Heavy smalls, and oh, that's an interesting mix of machine guns. All right, we've got our Kodiak assault with just the 10s, no PPCs on that. Pair of dervishes. Let's see, SRMs, probably SRMs with Artemis on that one. Another ER peeps and a fire starter to fight. So here we go. European Dragoons taking up. I'm sorry, that's the Bortles. Bortles taking up Kappa here, sending their fire starter to go fight over Epsi here. The Dragoons already at Epsi. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Already at Epsi, setting up a fight. Let's see if that fire starter diverts. No, he's just going to get the scouting data. Exactly what he needs to do. They have eyes on more than half the team. Now, meanwhile, the Dragoons have a Javelin hanging out in the back here. I'm thinking someone got confused as to which point they are needed at Shadowcat, providing Theta Overwatch from an interesting spot with those blue lasers. And here goes the Incubus. Gonna try to get some stuff. Oh, actually, that is not Theta Overwatch. That's just angle on the traders on that Kappa Hill. Let's see here. Marxist propaganda hanging out here with the Firestar dropping the UAV. Very smart. The Dragoons taking up this side of the hill, looking to get angles on that very strong Kappa trading point. Let's see here. How we doing here? Firestarter coming back. Looks like our Wolfpack / Dervises are relocating to Theta, looking to get that 3rd point. Currently 3 points to the Dragoons. Again, it is early yet. We're not too worried about caps, but the Dragoons are going to take it in force with that Miss Lynx heading out there. We're not looking at that mech. And here we go. 3 on the point. Will the Shadowcat be able to cover? Got maybe some angles on that. Let's take a look. Yeah, Shadowcat. Yeah, looking to get in some of those damages. Deny that cap on Theta while the traders try to do their work. Speaking of the traders, let's check out on this. Now, Kodiak 3 sitting on this hill, I'm not so sure about. Especially without those PPCs, you're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage with those AC-10s. I would say really just working more really for the Crusader in this position. Firestarter scouting the team of the Dragoons who are looking to get a push in. There we go. Now the Kodiak comes into play. Those AC-10s just looking to throw out some damage. Bortles with some excellent trading positions here. And here comes the push from the Dragoons over the Kappa point, dropping some strikes on there to dislodge. Kodiak dropping. Crusader probably going to drop behind. Very good spots right in where the teammates can cover. Excellent drop on the point of the Bortles. Let's see, our Shadowcat looking to relocate now that those targets are not there. and get some back shots on this push. The Dragoons taking the high ground here. Find out where everybody is, set up the push. It looks like Paul taking some shots in that gargoyle. Nothing too serious. Let's see, check the stream, make sure it's still going here. Excellent. And here comes the fight. Beefy Supreme going to be the first dervish a little out of the fire of his teammates, allowing the Dragoons really to just jump on that. Baranium also, same story. Here goes the Dragoons. Excellent push going on. The Kodiak 3 is probably going to be the next target. Can put out a whole lot of damage. Let's see, Paul Myers at 68%, just open. Delios, there we go. Jiatsu going down in that Crusader. Here's the Dragoons push. Well timed, well placed. Coupled with a couple of the Bortles, sorry, really just pushing way ahead and out of the firing lines of their friends with no support. That was two very early. Great focus fire over here by the Dragoons. Kaio taking a hot minute to go down, but once those legs are opened down, C91 in that Shadowcat going down. A little surprising on that. We've got Marxist Propaganda and Shummer taking a fight. Marxist Propaganda going down. Shummer getting a little toasty. That's fine. Under a lot of pressure there, just holding off for his friends. Got the kill out there, or at least the delay. I missed who actually got the kill. D Clouds running away in the mist links. They do not have the cap lead, so that's not going to do him too much good here. And this is probably the end of it. Let's see here. Yep, D Clouds getting legged, and there's the end of it with Euro Dragoons taking the first drop. Excellent, well done. And there you see some great firepower, or focus fire coming in on the teams. All right, let's go ahead and grab these. We'll take a look at those damage scores real quick. Hang on. There we go, and I will drop that here. Fantastic. GG's both teams. So looking at some of these things, we'll hop on over to the scoreboard. Yeah, that is the correct one. Yeah, so we are looking at like 500 damage from that Crusader 5T and Dr. Rodney's. How did that Kodiak do? 423 respectable damage, but one of those dervishes just getting absolutely clapped with that double D finish there. All right, we're going to head on over to the lobby where we're going to move to our next map, which is the Mining Collective. Mining Collective, a comp stable. There we go. Mining Collective, going to go ahead and start that timer. All right, fantastic. Yeah, so both teams, well done. The Dragoons coming out with the lead there. All right, so moving on over to the map room here. All right, so with Mining Collective, we get some fun things here. All right, so one team has the advantage here with fire on Theta. And I'm always forgetting which side it is. I'm going to take a look here. I believe it is team one. That either way, one team has the advantage here. Both teams great sniping spots. Actually, I think it's team two, mostly because they can see and deny Theta. It's a very minor advantage, but it can be used to good use. Now we can see a push up the sides, which we see in quick play all the time with that potato rotato, right? But there are some excellent firing positions over here in Echo 6, Delta 6, even over here in Delta 6, Echo 5 as well. We get shots up here in D4 if someone, red lasers do kinda hurt, says D Clouds. We'll get back to that in a minute. You get shots here and here in Echo 4, Delta 4, also power positions. And we've got Delta 3 and Echo 3 for the Team 1 side. So we will see how this one plays out and how these teams decide to do it. I'm going to throw us back to the lobby screen so you can see some of this banter here. Fantastic. All right, and I'm going to use this time to catch up on chat here. Who will win drop 1? We've got a prediction going. It's now pretty late, so fantastic. We've got a mod going. Cool, awesome. So the chat is going. We've got predictions, which I always love to run or have run in the case of this one. Yeah. So yeah, we're looking at Mining Collective as a staple. You want jets on this map. So we'll see if any teams take any ground ground-bound mechs, but jets really make a difference here. Ooh, also the sniping positions way in the back by the spawns are also a very sort of interesting spot. Not a whole lot of damage to be done there unless you're expecting a push. So we'll see how these teams play against each other. I'm not terribly familiar with both teams and their overall strategies. Dragoons there are... We saw the Dragoons with a push there, which again, one match and not necessarily an indication. NAF setting up for the trade and could have honestly been successful if they had set up for that push instead of counter pushing and counter pushing one at a time in that case. So mistakes made there on NAF. We'll see if they're able to recover. Again, this tournament is based on essentially match wins. All right, team 1 is locked. We're going to go head up team 2 here. Restart that timer. Let's see. We're setting up Alpha Charlie for team 1 here. Let's scoot on over to the map on my end in any case. Alpha Charlie, that's a hard right side push. They're going to probably try to split the map essentially north-south. And take Gamma, or take, yeah, Gamma, Epsi, Theta would be my guess with an Echo 4. Either that or it's a push and they assume they're going to, the other team is also going to try to take the south. But I think we're going to sort of split this map north-south, Echo 4, Echo 6 trading positions for team 1, and just try to push team 2 up to the top of the map. We'll see how that plan works, but it's a very viable strategy. And honestly, I think probably one of the better ways to play this map. We'll see. This one, I don't think there's any side switching. I didn't even think about that one before today. There's nothing on which side. Let me see. Higher place team will gets team 1 for drop 1, 2, and 3 lower. Okay, so we have a drop after 3. All right, team 2 is locked. All right, here we go. Dropping for our next thing. Come on, give me my stuff back. All right, here we are on the Mining Collective, another one of these maps where they just drop in. So I don't get to show you, well, I mean, I could, but that's gonna mess with stuff a little bit. Second drop here. Right now, Euro Dragoons in the lead, 1-0. All right, here we go. We've got Javelin Crusader, Javelin, Dervish, Victor, and Dervish for the Dragoons. Let's check out some of these Victor builds, see what they've decided to bring to the field here. Snubs and SRMs, very nice. An interesting build there on the Dragon Slayers. Again, no limitation on hero mechs here. We've got our 2 javelins. What's our Crusader got on it? Snubs. Excellent. We are looking for another brawl here from the Dragoons with those javelins to mix it up. Now we've got Dervish, a Direwolf, a Kodiak. All right, let's check out our Kodiak here. Do we have peeps? Yes, there's our 1 peep build. Very solid. And here's that sniping position from Luminios. In the back, looking to set up from that push. So they were expecting the push, and they are going north side of the map. So looks like they're setting up quite correctly here. And here's our scout. We've got some contact here. Mislinks to Dervish. Dervish probably just lost an arm there. No, who lost something? It looks like something exploded. Maybe it was just a shot from someone there. But yeah, we are continuing. Yep, getting some shots, getting those UAV down. Good call, but they are now scouted out. We know where the push is coming from. Now, the Bortles, sort of all bottled up on Theta, that's going to potentially be an issue. And they need to spread out a little bit, get the angles here. Clouds with the Mistlinks doing the right thing, getting that scout. We've got Kaio and Borantium here, and oh no, they're pushing into him. That's potentially a mistake. Looks like Crusader's gonna miss that and be caught out in the open. Oh no, here comes the Dragoons push. 3 mechs, that other Victor about to join. Kaio getting away pretty lightly, honestly. Ooh, never mind. What, oh, both legs going before he even turned red. That was excellent, folks. Fired by the Dragoons. Uranium getting caught out here, taking something off of Delios, though. And armed Delios getting real toasted, actually, running against heat. Here's the rest. All right, C91 going down as the Bortles pull back and try to use their Overwatch. There goes Paul Dest. Delio still sitting there at 39%. That is the Direwolf getting a whole lot of work in here as well. All right, Beefy Supreme going out, followed by, I can't read that, Ball maybe. Let's see how we doing. Dragoons stalling up top here on Theta as it is 3-3. Bortles, there we go, finishing off Delios right through the CT. Great pick by Unbraid Dancer. Yeah, and we are pushing forward here. Yeah, it looks like Bortles has essentially received that a little sloppily, in my opinion. But the Dragoons push got a little set out, or strung out rather. So that's how it's coming. Now, here's where it comes in. The Dragoons, recognizing that they are down on the mechs, but they've got a little bit of speed with these javelins, are just going to keep capping. They've got a 4-cap lead, about to be a 5-cap. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the Bortles. And they're sitting here with a Kodiak and a Direwolf. They're going to have to find and stick with points. They are at least very fresh. And the Mistlinks are just going to have to track down these javelins, who are just going to continue to outcap them. Now, we've got Theta. We got 2 mechs on Theta. I don't think Umbrader needs to be there, but they do need to start decapping as the Dragoons make the shift to a cap game. Let's see, Chummer moving on to secure Kappa. It looks like they are losing Epsi, but again, still with the 3-cap lead. They are gaining every second, and those few I don't know, maybe like what, 20-30 seconds on a 5-cap and a 4-cap significantly. You know, it's a good lead. All right, there goes Gamma. That's going to start to switch it for Bortles. They've got the mech advantage and the armor advantage by a significant amount. All right, so now everything is going to shift off to the Dragoons, and how are they going to take care of this? This now becomes the problem for them. They're gonna have to pick those Mistlinks. I don't think the Kodiak and Direwolf are going to make too much of a difference, especially since the Direwolf is just kind of like hanging out in the back. I think he's covering Epsi so that they can continue to apply their mechs elsewhere. But the Bortles doing the right thing and taking care of those caps and taking the time to full cap them too. That is going to very much slow the Dragoons down as they run as a wolf pack here to try to get some caps back. Pressure applied, but they are certainly, well, they're about to be found out now. Taking that gamma point, that makes a lot of sense. Bortles not setting up a trap here. That would have been something that I did. Oh, actually, the Direwolf has sight over Gamma. That's actually pretty cool. That makes sense why they held back there. All right, now the Gamma here switching over to 3-cap. Will gain a little bit of the back and forth here. Sigma going down though, so they're not going to have this 3-cap for too long. Rodney McKay taking as much as he can. We'll see how the Dragoons take it, honestly. It is it's a conundrum for them. They have to keep that 3-cap for a little while longer. Just trying to do some quick approximate math in my head. I think they're going to have to take another point. Now here, Sigma, the sliver cap on that, that's bait, guys. Looking at the setup here, we've got the Kodiak moving to cut off. They know they're moving around the back. I don't know if they've had a scouting spot, but honestly, you know, they see the dire wolf is there, can see that they're not pushing up the side. So they're going to set up here for the Sigma intercept, maybe even take Kappa, it looks like, is what Clouds is about to do here. Now we have a fight. Now it is essentially 3-on-2 in this location, as someone loses something. Oh, I think our javelin just got legged, didn't he? Look how slow that javelin's moving. No, just half-stepping it, using that cover. All right. A Mislinks and a Kodiak. Let's see how this turns up. It is a 3v2, almost about to be a 3v3. We are jumping the Kodiak, though. Let me see if I can get some Kodiak lines here. Kodiak using that armor, not giving up a whole lot of back, staying harder. Trying to use some of those machine guns to pick away at some armor. But Rodney McKay going down to the Mislinks, staying harder now at a 2v1. While we've got Chummer and D-Clouds just kind of like checking things out here, playing a ring around the rosy. All right, let's see how things are going over here. Mytilus in the Kodiak is just fine. Where did he go? Oh, there's Staying Harder, running away. Maybe about to go and try and do some cap work. It's getting really close here. That 3 cap, ooh, it may not be enough. It's really close in the caps. Chummer just trying to stay alive here. Stay out of the sight of that Kodiak. That's not going to work. All right, here we go. And Staying Harder getting into the fight here with Umbre Dancer. Taking him out. All right. Ooh, it is not close enough, but it's going to be fine. The Bortles have... Oh, wait. That's because Chummer was still alive. It is still not quite enough. There we go. There's Kappa. That's going to do it. And that will be a win for the Bortles, tying up this series. All right. Hang on. Let me get my scoreboard up here. There it is. There is the official. All right, let's check. That was actually a pretty long match. A really interesting Dragoons with the wise idea to switch tactics. Really just kind of, you know, keeping the Bortles on their toes after that botched push. Paul Myers and that Victor doing 11 damage. Oof, that is telling here. Let's see, looks like my scoreboard has updated, so double check that. That looks about right. All right, yeah, so here we go, running down some numbers. 687 from that Kodiak. Those are the numbers you want to see. Otherwise, pretty good spread. Paul Myers getting double D'd there. But yeah, everyone putting out some damage on that one. So well done to both teams. Bortles tying up the series, making this one a real nail biter. Now, next we are on to Forest Colony. Up back to lobby real momentarily. Oops. Go. Forest Colony, where are you? Sorry guys, my eyesight is particularly bad today. Right at the top. There we go. All right, and starting the timer. All right, now Forest Colony is something of a problem. Let's scoot on over to our maps view here. Forest Colony has a heavy team to wake, since Theta is on their side of that of the mountain range, essentially giving them, you know, overwatch from this Hotel 7 hill, hotels, you know, this over by Sigma here. Now what can be done is Team 1 can force Kappa to be the contested point. That's really kind of one of the big solutions to this problem. Or if they can convincingly take Theta and suppress the Overwatch, that will be the thing to do. Now, the Euro Dragoons of Team 1 have really just shown it to be, they like the push, it seems, for these first 2 matches. So we'll see how they go. They could just try to run them over. Bortles sort of setting up for the trade more. Expect them to try to take advantage of that hill and overwatch on Kappa, maybe some Theta, maybe someone stationed over here in Fox 6. We'll see how they take that. But they do have the advantage, and with that trade style, it's really going to be up to the Dragoons to take that over. All right, back to the lobby here so we can keep an eye on timers and banter, of which there's not much. I'm going to check out the chat here right now. Looks like we got some banter going on between Level and everyone else. Yeah, that tracks. PPC on that Kodiak would have changed the outcome for sure. Yeah. So the PPC, you can, I run 2 on mine. It is real toasty, but it makes people real sad real fast. But 1 is certainly more viable for quick play and also more viable in general because of that heat scale. Let's see, checking up on here, some mod chat and something about loot boxes. I don't know. Could there be loot boxes other than the supply caches for MWO? That would be cool. Can we get drops? We've been asking for Twitch drops for a while. That'd be awesome. But hey, it's an older game and we're here loving it. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna say Euro Dragoons, nice pushy team. Maybe they'll switch it up though. This may not be the map to quite do it, but you're gonna want to fight over Kappa would be my thought. It is just going to be a little too drawn out. But hey, let's take a look at where they're stationed. All right, let me take a look at my big map here so I can see. Yeah, so we've got this is one of the few maps here that have the spread out drop zones, which personally I love. So we've got 2 in Charlie, which means that's probably going to be our Theta takers. There's a little sneaky goat path over that way. And then we've got Bravo, which makes sense. And then we've got 1 in Alpha. That's going to be a fast mover to take Gamma and then join the push. I think that's what we're looking at. A Bravo push. Charlie, take Theta, join the push, and off they go. Maybe some slower movers to catch up on Epsilon. Looking at the distribution of Team 2, we've got most in Alpha. They are expecting that Kappa fight, unless they just haven't changed their lances yet, which I did not take a look at, with sort of a token capper in Bravo to be joined by the 2 in Charlie, probably their wolf pack. Now this drop I think is a bit heavier. We are looking at 2 lights, 1 medium, 2 heavies, and 2 assaults. Checking the timer, 3 minutes. And again, as a reminder to everybody watching, I am not a ref. My calls are not definitive, merely meant as guidelines. You know, like, so it's a semi-famous pilot says. I give them a 2-minute warning. They're probably waiting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now they got everybody. I wonder if they are changing up their strats last second. Always a dangerous thing to do unless you've practiced everything, but we shall see. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know why they're talking about like oh, they're talking about Trent. What is going on with Trent? All right, both teams readied up. We're just waiting on the lock here. We'll give them a 1.5 minute warning since I missed the 2-minute warning here. Ooh, pins and needles for this lock. We shall see. Give him the 1.5. I'm not sure why we might be pushing this, but we shall see. I am keeping an eye on the timer. This is very interesting to me. Sorry if the banter slows down. I am looking very intently at the clock. Also, how you doing there, Kelly? Always good to see. We've got predictions going on. Fantastic. They are ready, just waiting on the lock. Hopefully Mytilus isn't assuming lobby lead here. Team 2 locked. Here we go. All right. We are going to go ahead and launch. Screen. All right. So we'll take a look, see how see what these teams do. Are the Dragoons going to switch it up and do a trade? Or are they just going to continue pushing? And our is maybe Bortles is going to change it up. Having set up for trade, I think it's reasonable for the Dragoons to assume that a trade will be happening at some point. But honestly, I think that is where the advantages on this map lie, is going to be for the Bortles to trade, and then Dragoons, they can kind of do either. A push is not a bad strat here, especially if you go cap aside, which I did not check their stuff. All right, here we go. We are in, let's see, I am closer to team 2 here. Well, actually, I'm kind of in the middle. That's fine. So we are looking at Night Star, Night Gear, Direwolf, Firestarter, Crusader, Hunchback, and another Firestarter. So this Firestarter, out of curiosity, is all small pulse. Very good for a brawl and not a trade. Let's see what we got here. This Hunchy set up for high alpha trade. UAC 2s for the Night Gear, 2s and 5s for the Night Star, the Direwolf with AC 2s. We are set up for kind of a mix of both. Really kind of a push receive, it looks like here. Snubs on the Crusader, and I imagine that Firestarter is the same. Moving over to the Dragoons on the team 1 side. Here they come through with a Lanner and a Javelin, pushing through to take Theta. Now they're going to run into Umbre Dancer, who on a 2v1 should probably pull back on that. Now we've got XCs. Yeah, so we're looking at Micro Pulse, Large Pulse. So we're looking at like ER Peeps, Large Pulse. Yeah, so we're looking at like a mid to brawl push for the Dragoons as well, with some trading capabilities. All right, looks like that Firestarter got out of there. I think it was Umbraid, so we'll see how that goes. How are we setting up here? All right, so our Hunchy is on the hill. Excellent positioning. We got Clouds looking for that water fight, which is not happening. So it looks like Dragoons is going to push the point over Theta, coming out of the goat path. Night Gear gaining the hill as well. Ooh, taking a strike right to the mouth. Oof, Trent. That will teach you to betray the clans, I guess. Yeah, and here comes some of our trade with Beefy and Umbraid here, just trying to trade with the group, get some shots on there. There's our Direwolf with the AC2s firing from off screen there, just into this push receive. So we've got a nice concave. Look at this. Actually here, I'm going to set up in the middle of it so we can kind of watch this, but look at this concave. It is kind of the wrong way. Need to switch that up a bit, which it looks like they are doing for that firing line, but we do have multiple people here. Paul Myers in that XE down to 87. We'll take a look at his mech momentarily, but the Bortles doing what they need. Everyone can kind of support each other. Their Overwatch can. They need to pull back, but their Wolfpack is absolutely here to support their heavies. Trying to pull back on Delios. Beefy Supreme is going to take the dive here, but look at this Blood Asp already at 81%. Oh, that's an open head. Well, never mind. Paul Myers open to being halved. Chummer also, well, just kind of roughed up on all over. So we sacrifice Beefy Supreme. Is it going to be enough? We've got a whole lot here happening. The push from the Dragoons is coordinated. Leah Thindra is going down in that Night Star. Direwolf on to the next, but there's still Overwatch coming from the hill. Are they going to be able to close on that? There's a lot of damage to go around. Chummer here with a very open back. Paul Myers already have Toasty. Umbre Dancer goes down here. So like they are beat up. The Dragoons are beat up. Bortles have a chance to receive. The Hunchback pulling off the hill might have been a mistake here. But the Night Gear is going to be able to continue to rain down. Now this height advantage, they're going to have to worry about the lights. The Xyz can get up there, but the Xyz are real hurt. So here we see Clouds just trying to save Mytilus over there, which is not working. Trent dropping down the Night Gear to try to help. This is very firmly going in the direction, excuse me, of the Dragoons. There goes Trent in that Night Gear, leaving Clouds with that Firestar. Dragoons again taking a 4-cap, playing both the push game and the cap game, just really kind of a dominant everything strategy, and they're doing it well. Their pushes are coordinated. Their focus fire is fantastic. Bortles getting a little out of position on occasion there, so we'll see how that goes. All right, let's get this into stats. All right, that is our third match down. That is another win for the Dragoons, making it 2-1. Let's take a look at these damages. Actually pretty comparable. No double Ds this time. Clouds and the Firestarter pulling 407. Not bad, my dude. Luminios at 522. Just unable to cope with some of that focus fire. I don't know, probably what, maybe about 500 damage difference between the teams, which is that's closer than you would want to think it is. All right, hopping out. Take a look at the scoreboard. This is a team switch. As soon as I load out, we're going to take a minute, so hang tight. Let's see, checking with the teams here. All right, and we are moving on. Sorry, I will. We are moving on to Crimson Strait. So why is my map not changing? Crimson Strait, here we go. Both teams have confirmed starting the timer. All right, so let's talk some screen. Actually, you know what? Let me check up with chat here real quick, see what's happening here. Need someone else to take over. Oh, gotcha. Oh, we are losing our mod with predictions. That's perfectly fine. All right. Checking in with our maps. All right, so here we're looking at Crimson Strait. These points have been swapped around recently. So we've got Theta way the heck out here in sort of a no man's land. So I'll be curious to see if any team really goes for it, or if we have sort of this center fight, or if anyone tries to take the island. Now with this point distribution here, really sort of the island fight and the relocation of these drop zones as well. We could see a fight over the island. I haven't seen a whole lot of comp play around this due to being out of town last week, but yeah, really even up the middle. I think Theta is going to be a game changer. We might see a little light skirmish over Theta, but it is so far out of the way. I mean, we could really just kind of like split this map in half here, and expect to see most of the fights over here on the left side, maybe in cover, maybe on the island, and maybe a little scrap over Theta. I don't think we're going to see much in the way of craziness, especially the way that the Dragoons have been pushing. So they'll be pushing up from the south this time. They're on team 2 now. Probably pushing up over the island, I would think, unless their idea is sort of a tunnel push, which is also an option. But the island has team 1 is locked. Start the timer for team 2 now. Actually, if you're going to push, maybe not over the island because you've got all that water. So they're going to work their way around, probably do a tunnel push or maybe up through Delta 4, depending on where the scouting is. And as far as trading, we're going to see probably some of the upper city here, and into Delta 4. Honestly, we'll see how this one turns out. Looking at the Bortles distribution, not that it matters too much. Alpha, yep. So we've got 2 in Alpha, most in Bravo, 1 in Charlie. So Charlie's going to go run off, take Theta. That's what's going to happen there, and the rest are just kind of around, going to take Epsi, maybe be on Gamma. Now this drop is, let me confirm, we have 1 light, 2 medium, 2 assaults, 2 heavies. So we are sort of working around that. So our 1 light is going to be that 1 in Charlie, probably moving over to Theta. Our assaults, heavies, and mediums going through Epsi, Gamma, probably preparing to receive a push from the Bortles. Now, looking at team 2, who are Dragoons looking to push, looks like they are majority in Charlie, Bravo, with 1 in Alpha. Alpha is probably just going to go take Sigma, join the push. under the bridge. And then it'll be we'll see how it goes. But we are now locked. So off we go. I think the Bortles are going to be a little hard pressed to receive a push based on this. Their best thing may be to go island, quite frankly, but even that's risky because if they go island, then the Dragoons just push into it, right? So we'll see how things work out in that regards. I think Dragoons with the push are going to have the advantage here. Bortles, if they continue to trade, it's going to be a little tough on this map. But we'll see how they decide to set up and which direction. Like the scouting is going to come in key here, and reaction to scouting. That's basically what it's gonna be the differentiator. If the Bortles take the island and the Dragoons are able to take advantage or see that, then they have a nice easy push. If they're not, then they're going to have to cross that open water anyway. All right, let's take a look at Bortles here. Dervish, Lanner, Crusader, probably snubs, Para Crusaders, a Night Star, and a Direwolf. All right, so that Direwolf is going to be their Overwatch. Let's see here. Where's my stuff? Where? Oh, it's probably all under the water. There it is. Okay. The Crusader running with snubs. Yeah, here we go. That's probably the same. What's on the Night Star? 5's 2 with a little bit of small. Gauss and large. So the Direwolf is going to be our Overwatch, and we've got who is this? This Lanner here's Locke. Just going to cap some points here. Actually going to cap Gamma and coming with a push. All right, so here we go. A push towards the saddle for the Bortles, which is actually pretty. Yeah, so here we go. Have the oh, sorry, I need to take a look. We got a pair of gargoyles. Again, probably, yeah, brawl. Snubs on the Crusaders. We're looking at a brawl push here. What was it? A couple of lanners. Yep. So this is a brawl push. Looks like they've just seen that the Bortles have taken the island, and now they, the path that was predicted is going through, and they're going to have to push over the water before the Bortles get set up, which looks like exactly what is going to happen. The Bortles are not quite set up. You've got your Crusaders here throwing snubs at what? Probably 500 meters or so. Maybe 6, doing a little bit of damage, not a whole lot. The Direwolf getting in some shots from the side. And here we go. We've crossed. The Dragoons have done the right thing, crossed. They now have the cover. They now have the push. And the Bortles are pulling back. Yes, Bortles, that is exactly how you need to react to this. These teams are playing chess. Look at this movement, everyone. And this is where the scouting, they caught them on the island. They will, yeah, here we go. And the Bortles is setting up that firing line as they come around the island. So is the Dragoons push going to be one by one? Looks like they're holding up. They've had great push cohesion so far. I'm getting paranoid on if I have dropped the cast or not. I have not. Okay, good. And here comes the push around the island into the Bortles firing line, but I see no firing coming from the firing line. That's a problem. They got distracted by whatever it is, that light, I assume, or maybe that lantern back there on the island. And here we go. Chummer coming down to 84%. That could be, no, that's just all over. That looked like it could have been something opened with how quickly that dropped, but I guess there was enough spread. Here we go. Now we're losing an arm, which isn't, which is a significant, but here's C91. Is a significant loss for the Gargoyle. C91 getting a little close out. These Crusaders and Black Lanterns need to be pulling out. Yeah, there's so much cover here. I think the Dragoons have this one on the push, except Chummer is taking a whole, well, just that arm really, actually, but we're running down here. Oh no, war crimes. There we go. That's a trade-off. It is now 2-2. Making a great showing of this little scrim here. Ready to receive, but a lot of focus fire coming in from the Bortles on Rodney McKay. They've got these three, the Night Star, the Crusader, the Dervish, all focusing down Dr. Rodney. Dr. Rodney goes down. It's Lock in the back. Black Lantern, I said, was probably about to go down, and there we go. C91 cleaning him up. This is 3-3 with the Bortles having a significant health advantage due to that movement across, making them cross that upper line. Now, we just... excuse me, lost to Crusader. Crusader got caught out where the focus fire could be. Baranium, this is turning around. Look at this focus fire. Trent pulling back with the Night Star, the smart thing to do. Clouds pulling back in the fire starter, just trying to pick on Chummer a bit. They've got approximately equal ranges. Chummer is gonna have a hard time with that. Let's see, Trent going down with that focus fire now. Stein is pulling back, looking pretty legged. So we've got Delios and this Black Lantern. That's really the threat on this fire starter right now, just trying to go, and the Bortles have shifted to the cap game. Clouds pushing over here for the Sigma cap. Black Lantern will catch, so kite them out. This is exactly what he needs to do. You've got an assault on the field, a legged, what's left there? I think that Incubus is legged by the way he's moving. He should be there by now if he's not. Hang on. Oh, he's not legged. He's just, oh, that's the gargoyle in the back. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. All right. Black Lantern catching up. Oh, the Incubus stayed. That's why. All right, here we go. Fresh fire starter versus a little messed up Black Lantern. Lantern still has most, if not all, of weapons. Should be most. I think there's like one laser in that arm. Let's see. Just taking it out of Clouds. There it is. Wow. Oh, I was looking at Chummer. There we go. Legs. Went legs. Very well done on Clouds. Clouds now just going to cap this, and the Dragoons looking to keep the cap. Let's see how this one turns out. Honestly, it is still anyone's game. I'm going to go scoot off a car. We saw Chummer. Chummer's missing an arm. Is a little beat up. Let's go check out. Oh my God, all the carnage here. I'm missing a mech on my. Oh, there he is. Amid all the clutter, he's sitting here camping out of the point because he's legged. Yeah. All right, so we are moving over to Gamma. Looks like we are going to have that confrontation here. We'll keep an eye on Chummers. Man, having Chummers would put him in the heat scale, or catching him in the back is the name of the game, but Clouds is going to be stationary on the point and doesn't yet know that Chummers is coming. So Clouds on the defensive here, Chummer on the offense. We'll see how it turns out. Chummer going to come into view here, and Clouds sees him. Oh, there goes something off of Clouds. There it is, the legs. Chummer with the excellent shots, just shutting down Clouds so fast. So fast. Well played to both teams. That is going to be another win for the Dragoons, which is going to secure them this series, but the actual wins do in fact matter for those tiebreakers. So we'll see how that turns out. Let me drop my API down, and we will. There we go. We should be all set up for the scoreboard. All right, there we go. All right, let's take a quick look here. 466 for that Incubus. Very good damage, actually. 30 bomb for, I'm assuming, ball. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, with the 30 for the, so the double D is not a zero bomb, a double D. Let's see, 500 damage. Yeah, honestly, damage, again, really close on both teams. Where we see that focus fire of the Dragoons very strong, and their push cohesion also. It was looking like it was going in the way of the Bortles, but it just turned so quickly when like one mech would get caught out. Bortles taking a minute to kill some of the Dragoons mechs, but ultimately the Dragoons able to just get that focus fire on them. Now, we're moving on to Canyon, small map, and our heaviest drop. This one switches up. It is no longer lights, mediums, etc. Designation. It is just 420 tons. I'm going to go ahead and get Team 1's timer started now, and we'll take a look at the map. So Canyon, again, with this being such a heavy drop, expect some of our standard play. So from the Team 2 side, we're going to get Dragoons always with that push. They're probably going to push right up and over, depending on scouting. Now, are the Bortles going to fight over Kappa or Epsi? Epsi is sort of the standard here, so they're probably going to position like a dire wolf or something big, probably something with Daka to receive the anticipated push of the Dragoons. Someone up here in Echo 4 that can cover Epsi, and you know, just either expect this Epsi push or over the top. The scouting is going to make the difference here, and early scouting is a big deal. So we'll see. Or I guess alternatively, they could choose to fight over Kappa either way. But I think the Dragoons situation is just going to be easy. It's just going to be a push into wherever they find the scout. So yeah, we'll punch back into the lobby scene here and catch up with chat here. It ain't close to unleash the case. Questia. We have no choice. I don't know what that means, but we've got some fans in the chat, and I love to see it. I really do. Having lots of fun over here. So once again, the Euro Dragoons have secured an overall victory here. They will maintain first place, I think, especially if they win this one. Again, depending on CDU, if CDU wins theirs 5-0, I think these guys will still, I think the Dragoons will still be on top. Yeah, Bortles looking for a win here to close that gap in case of any tiebreakers and decisions on that. All right, team 1 is all set up. They are looking about ready to lock, but they are not. Again, doesn't really matter what lance you're in terms of this one. Your alpha people are probably just running through Sigma and up. Bravo, it's a little hard to tell. There we go. But you get a little bit of a glean based on what we're looking at here. So Charlie in the back doesn't matter much. Bravo, yeah, that's just it's classic push setup. Alpha is going to go through the Sigma cap just to make sure that they cap it on the way. And the Bortles moving the Dragoons moving everyone to Bravo. Charlie, Bravo folks might be walking through Gamma, but honestly, I would put someone in Alpha to catch up, to just walk through that. So I think we're just looking at a push, probably EPSI side push. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side. I mean, even same actually. So I think we're probably looking at an EPSI side push rather than an OVA Theta push. But again, the differences are minute in the drop zone, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, never mind. We're getting a split here. So we are having some mechs walk through Sigma. For the Dragoons and everyone else, 1 in Bravo, rest in Charlie. That's very interesting. That makes me think this is going to be an FC side push. Unless they're running now, both teams are actually. Ooh, yeah, look at that. The Bortles are running a little light. That is interesting. They're running about 15 tons light, which is significant. Or can be significant, depends on what you're looking to do. So these teams pulling some interesting stuff. There is our locked. Here we go with the final match of this matchup. All right, here we go. Oh, all right, these ones start on the ground. Hey, look at all that stuff that we have to look at. All right, we've got a pair of Crusaders. Again, with the snubs, we've got that Gargoyle making a showing, an Incubus and a Shadowcat. Interesting on that. Large Laser Shadowcat. Ooh, okay, so yeah, here we have the Dragoons mixing it up a little. We're going to have Overwatch supported Brawl Push. Let's see what else we got over here. We've got some Crusaders, Dervish, probably Splat, yep, and the Direwolf. So we've got Overwatch, Brawl pushes for both teams. Ooh, this will be interesting. Probably gonna clash right about over here. And I just realized I didn't actually swap the sides, so.
Theta is controlled by the enemy. Kappa is under enemy control.
All right, so we've got Dragoons going for that strong cap game again, taking those 3. The Bortles kind of leaving Epsilon, being really cagey about their push, which is not necessarily the wrong thing to do. Here we go. We're going to take that cap, and actually we're probably still on the map overlay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, here we go. The Crusaders taking up some spots. They're trying to get that scouting information on the Dragoons here. Let's see, we've got some fire going on that Direwolf, beginning to trade with that Shadowcat. So we're looking at Overwatch. I don't know if the trade has been called by either team, but ooh, yeah, here we go. All right. So again, here we see this push cohesion. We've got the Crusaders, the Gargoyles, coming up with the Lantern and the Incubus. I think the Bortles are looking for them. Yeah, they're looking for them across the map. That Shadowcat holding their attention there. I don't know if they just got spotted, but this pullback is exactly what they need to do, and they need to set up a firing line. Now the question is, which canyon are they coming? All right, Gamma is now given away. Leothandra should have the scouting on them and which way they're going. And Beefy Supreme. Now these 2 backs are just basically bait here. Never mind, we're moving up for the engagement. Firing line still a good idea even with these mechs, I guess, even although we do have the splat mech, so maybe not the best. Let's see how we are continuing. So we've got some initial trades going on, and here we go over the hill into Jinyu and Lathandra with those Crusaders, and they needed to pull back. This fight isn't happening where their Overwatch is, so Lathandra is going to go down. Now Stain Harder went down on the Dragoon side. Yep, there's Lathandra. So this is the fight of the Overwatch. Both teams fighting where there is no Overwatch. Ball going down to the Overwatch of the Bortles. Bortles, this is just all out brawl, absolute chaos. We've got another one going down here. Delios, Dr. Rodney focusing on Baranium here. Beefy Supreme trying to make it not worth their while, which happens. All right, there's that fight down here. Now we come with the Overwatch on the Bortles. Honestly, I think they take this one. Paul Myers falling apart here. We've got some mech cooking that we saw on the corner. I don't know, but yeah, Paul Myers gonna fall apart, die at the same time as Marxist propaganda as the Shadowcat pushes up, and we fight with this Black Lantern. Now Beefy Supreme holding his own here against this Lantern. There it is. And who is that? Malyaksa coming in with the save. So here we've got C91 in that Shadowcat. Again, these are large lasers of an ER variety, and he just doesn't have the heat to really deal with that. That being said, they do have a significant cap lead with that 4 cap. So there's that cap, a little bit of cap. They have that push cohesion. They have left themselves with options. I think he just legged the fire starter. Come on, give me the click. Yeah. All right. That is going to let him get away and try to maintain some caps. So, ooh, this is going to become a cap game. It's going to be up to them to catch that Shadowhawk. Let's see how we are. See how we're looking. So our Dervish here really roughed up. The Shadowhawk can really just kind of pick him apart. Oh, he is one touch leg on Beefy Supreme. And then we've got the Direwolf, which is just going to be chasing that Shadowhawk or Shadowcat. Unless he is able to into catching things. All right, so we see the Shadowcat, let's see, C91 coming over here to, well, just kind of move around the bat. Again, they still have a 3 cap here, very commanding. This is going to be a cap game. C91 just needs to stay alive. That's it. All the other mechs. So again, this goes to, this I think will go to the Dragoons. It was looking really good. Until that Firestarter got legged. All right, we're gonna take some damage off of B Supreme, let him know what he is, drag him away from some of those caps. There we go. Beefy Supreme taking a few more hits here. I don't think it's going to matter. I don't know that C91 really knows the state of Beefy Supreme at the moment. Just trying to keep him at bay there. Here we go. That's they have to 5 cap. This isn't going to matter if they 4 at this point. So Beefy Supreme needs to, well, I was going to say needs to survive and get that cap, but that's just not going to happen. Direwolf pushing in for that Sigma though. And our legged Firestarter trying to move off of Gamma. Should be heading to Kappa. Honestly, not sure what route he's taking, but maybe he'll have some trouble going over some of that terrain. Oh, he's kind of heading for Epsi, I guess. Yeah. Not really sure. Let's take a look. Take a look at our Firestarter here. Is just kind of, yeah, wandering in the direction of Epsi. Should be going Kappa. They need the 5 cap, but honestly, there's not enough time for that either. So they're just looking for maybe a kill, looking out for him. Don't need to look at Beefy Supreme anymore. There's C91. Let's clean it up. Yeah, so this cap win, again, we see the Dragoons getting those commanding cap leads, and then a coordinated push with a light ready to pull back and try to secure the cap. And it's worked well for him. There goes that Firestarter getting that last minute kill. All right, fantastic. There's a resource win. With one left on both sides. So well played both. That is going to bring the Dragoons up to winning 4-1. I don't think I've messed that up. I mean, it's always possible. And we will get that posted so we can look at the scoreboard. Looking at damage, double D's on Staying Harder. He died real quick, and Ball in that Crusader. They were fighting on the other side of that ridge from their Overwatch. Is a lot of what happened there. But look at these numbers. 580 on Luminios on that Direwolf. Just when he had the Overwatch, just laying in everybody. 444 for Baranium. Yeah, and just really efficient numbers overall for the Dragoons. All right, so that is well, here we'll pop over to the scoreboard. That should have updated by now. I didn't get the blink I usually. Oh, there you go. You can check some of the more GG's all. That is going to be 4 for the Euros, unless I am second guessing myself due to that switch, but I don't think so. I think I was able to keep them straight. But either way, the APIs will be the thing. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining. Let me check the other chat. Or the other. Check the other channel, see if they are going and where they're at. Of course, I've got an ad. What's it look like? They're dropping into their forest colony map right now. So head on over to MWO Leagues if we are not getting ready for a raid. Thank you everybody for joining on the cast. This one very enjoyable. And a great showing ultimately by both teams, a little closer than they were, especially that last one. Dragoons pulling it out with a lot of coordination. A lot of you know, just controlling the caps and applying that pressure. So hey, hopefully they learn things from that. Now that will wrap it for me. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the casts that are coming up, and if you are playing, good luck and happy hunting. Have a great night, morning, whatever it is for you all.